brothers are bastards. Step out the wound into a disaster. Designing drugs and guns on my city after. Pray for the lackers, cause it only get worse and they try to blame it on the rappers. Label was factors. My rappy told me sign an affidavit like my life and my family ain't matter. Do you know how I feel to get served to the court on the platter? That shit that happened. Lose your life, fell soon like the months in the wound that your mama went through never happened. Seeing another lady, your baby was killed every summer. That shit like a pattern.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's the leader of the Cosmic Armada. Why the hell do I got this on? Anyway, it's the leader of the Cosmic Armada, Wolf Nara, back to bring you another One Piece video. Today we're gonna actually talk about power scaling in One Piece. Shout out to my boy Naya D Hemmings. You know, that's my goat, nigga. I'm just saying that's my boy, folks. No cap, that's my nigga, folks. But he had an actual topic video basically stating that his views on power scaling, so I kind of want to give my views on power scaling. So I pretty much brought up a ton of different points in regards to why we need to be power scaling and why it will be disingenuous for a shonen manga not to have power scaling. However, for me personally, I don't really watch One Piece in terms of the action. Like, don't get me wrong, the action portions are available, are exceptional. In regards to the actual power scaling, like this guy versus this guy, I never really cared too much because typically with Devil Fruits, all that power system kind of has so much versatility that each fight will be ambiguous. So if you can say this guy with this fruit versus this guy with this fruit, it would probably have a different, he would have a completely different moveset, whether it would be a completely other character with the same fruit, you feel me? So for example, we see with Bartolomeo, back, he has the berry no me, but back in the older flashback, it was only used for defensive capabilities. We haven't seen it used in offensive capabilities. So now we have the new generation, which is Bartolomeo with the barrier fruit, and now he's able to pretty much force the barrier to go forward. He's able to wrap the barrier around his fist. He's able to guard and shield his ally just like the defensive capabilities of before. So now we pretty much get that each person provides their own versatility in regards to how they utilize their devil fruit. But me personally, power scaling is cool. However, in the words of Naya, I get tired of every conversation being, "Hi, give me this love." That shit is annoying, dog. No cap, bro. Like, even though everyone doesn't read the story for the same reason, yes, it is a shonen story, so of course everyone's gonna be there, or majority is gonna be there for the action. But I feel that One Piece is so unique that it has so many different topics that you can actually talk about rather than just speaking on power scaling. Like, I feel like that would be disingenuous to the series itself, to the world that Oda built, to the world that kind of seems organic in of itself. So you have things like racism in One Piece, like not even necessarily the fishmen, but you have like the long leg and the long arm tribe and the long neck tribe, and we can see like we can pretty much get small hints of not necessarily what happened with their tribe, but how pretty much they're racist. However, when someone is faced with a common enemy, all that shit pretty much gets thrown out the window and they're able to pretty much help each other. And so that's why I kind of like Dressrosa as an arc, because you have a long leg member and a long arm member who pretty much, they didn't like each other at first. However, they grew to understand each other through not necessarily turmoil, but through conflict, and pretty much just through going through shit together, like just being forced to experience the same phenomena at the same time. And so now they pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, they merged their crew to the long leg and long arm crew. So that's amazing. You also have like things like voice central things. You have like the geography of One Piece. You have like, how, for example, how in the real world the moon kind of push and pulls the ocean, and how the One Piece world has 7 moons. You can talk about how the 7 moons pretty much affects the Grand Line in the New World. It's a ton of different things to talk about in One Piece rather than just power scaling. You have genetics, you feel me, being used, like genetic modification and shit like that. You have cyborgs and stuff being used. You have let me see. You have the essence of devil fruits being used in inanimate objects, even though it has to be consumed. Like, it's a ton of different things to talk about, and just for the community to just be so hung up on power scaling, it's probably one of the most irritating things I see in regards to the One Piece community from a week-to-week base. I really didn't plan on making this video like a rant or anything like that, but that's like one of the biggest annoyances. It's like, it's so many things you can talk about. Like, we can talk about Nolan, like the age of adventure. That's what I call the age before Roger. You can talk about that, like everything that happened before that, because it goes Void Century, Age of Adventure, Roger, well, Rocks, then Rogers. So you can talk about that. You could talk about the different diseases that we've seen in One Piece. You could talk about how the different geographies of the island is and how it affects the people who live there, because it does affect the people. Oda constantly shows how the people day-to-day lives are affected by certain things. However, it doesn't necessarily pretty much have workarounds for example, back in Drum Kingdom, how they had to go on top of this giant ass fucking mountain and Luffy had to climb up it. However, it was a rope that went up there. It was only one single rope that went up there. There's like little workarounds that kind of happens, little conveniences on the island that kind of makes the people's lives better. But it's a ton of different things you can talk about. What happens genetically when you eat 2 devil fruits. But anyway, my apologies for the rant. Shout out Naya Hemmings. That's my nigga, bro. Naya D. You know what I'm saying? My nigga Naya D. Hemmings. You know what I'm saying? I put the respect on gang name. You feel me? But shout out gang. You feel me? Because he kind of motivated me to do this video. And then your boy got to go to work, nigga. I'm not going. And damn, boy, your boy got to get an edge.
They know why I'm throwing up L's. As long as I'm alive, they won't forget you. Take me to them days when I took some gang, thinking like, damn, I remember.